Hi friend, I am Leigh Keckner. Welcome to day number 24 of Simply Manifesting, 33 days to getting your heart's desire. If you would please join me with 3 grounding breaths. I like to always start with that so we can allow ourselves the gift of quieting our mind, setting aside everything that's heavy on our heart, things that we're worried about the future, that we can just clear a space and give yourself the gift of being present, of being all into this present moment. So if you would just maybe set the intention for this time together that you are all in, and you give yourself the gift of letting go of worries, distractions, things that normally spin in our mind without us even being aware it's happening. So if you close your eyes and uncross your legs, put your feet on the floor. You can put your hands down on your lap to be grounded or palms up to receive. And we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. Thank you so much. That is the easiest way to stop your spinning breath and to get into the present moment. All right, our topic today on day 24 is chew and digest. And what I love about chew and digest is we don't have to learn anything new. We get to recap what we've already talked about over the last section, and we get to acknowledge ourselves for all the work that we have done. So I would like to take a moment to tell you how grateful I am that you are a part of this, that I get to do the work with you, and I get to do what I love all at the same time. We have bitten off a bunch in this last part, so I acknowledge you also for showing up and doing the work, proving to yourself and the universe that you are worth it by putting in the time on you. We're going to just recap the things that we've done. We started this section by visualizing. So we actually closed our eyes and allowed ourselves to see with all of our senses, to taste, to smell, to look around, to feel what we're wearing, everything in the thing that we want to manifest. So we got to visualize it. And I remember that one gave a bunch of people chills because I got to talk through the thing I wanted to do out loud with you as an example. And I was so elated and lit up after it was through, I couldn't get enough of it. And then I read a couple examples as well. So if you want to pop back to that day of visualizing, it's pretty powerful. And then the next day we followed it up with feeling it. So we remembered how great it was when we did the thing in our mind, when we visualized it and we saw it. We saw the outfits and the people around us and where we were sitting and who we were standing with. And we saw the manifestation of this thing that we want to desire, that we want to fulfill. Then the next day we took that and then we felt it. It's kind of that acting as if. So when you can feel it and you can own it and you have visualized it, it's already happened. And it's a funny thing that happens in our brain. It's like when you fake laugh, it relieves the same endorphins as if when you really laugh. So your brain isn't sure if it's real or not. It doesn't really give a shit. It just releases endorphins. So if you can visualize it, you can feel it, and you start acting as if, as far as your brain knows, it's already happened. So the next time it happens, it's just the next time it happens. It's not like, finally, I've gotten it, right? See how we can start creating and acting as if. I remember the first time I said I was a parenting expert. A few of my friends and a few of my siblings were like, what the hell are you talking about? You're a parenting expert. Are you kidding? What a joke. What makes you think you're the parenting expert? And I was like, I guess because Deepak Chopra's global well-being app called me one, so I'm just claiming it. But it's really like, whatever we say we are, we are. And if we think we are, and we have the knowledge behind it and the experience, we are. We don't have to wait for someone to give us the official stamp. We can just start saying it and start being it. After we did the visualize and feeling it, we were ready for movement, right? And the first thing we did, and it's the most simple yet most profound, is we said our desire out loud. Because if you have something here you've always wanted to do, and it never comes out of you, you will die with it, right? Well, what a drag is that? So we took the biggest thing and the most vulnerable thing and we said it out loud. I want to speak my truth in front of thousands of people. I want to use my knowing to illuminate the world on stage in front of thousands of people. So that was like, I said it, right? And in the past, you think, that's embarrassing. I don't want anyone to know I want to do that. Why not? Who gives a shit? We are dying. We're all dying every day, right? We don't know when that day's coming. So live today your fullest. So congratulations, you guys who did that, said it out loud and told someone, because when you take it from here and you bring it to here and you let it out, you propel it into the universe where it can meet you and carry you. You propel it out to the people around you who can support you and love you. And I forgot what my end was. Eve's having a play date and there's screaming in there, but Dave's in there, so I'm going to just let that go and stay present. The second movement we had was, we said it out loud, and the second one was cornhole tosses. You know that game cornhole with the two boards with the holes? You take the beanbag and you just toss it. A little toss. You don't have to shot put it. You don't have to, you just throw a little toss. That's all we wanted to do, is just do little tosses and just get used to doing little tosses and allowing ourselves the simplicity and grace and ease of that. So we made a list of 10 things that we could do. So we put like number 1, and at the bottom under number 10 we put what our desire is. And we made a list of 10 things that we could do that we knew would get us steps closer to achieving our desire. And then if people were like, I couldn't think of 10, I said, then write down 3, because we're not allowing obstacles or thoughts to block us from what we want to do. So we wrote down 3 or 10, however people felt. And then we practiced gratitude for the baby steps. And some people at that time found an accountability partner, which brought me great joy. Some people on this thread who have been watching said, hey, do you want to be my accountability partner? So every day we can share via text message or whatever what we want to do, and we check in at the end of the day to see if we did it, right? Have an accountability partner. I thought that was awesome, and I love it. The next movement we did was 3 to 1. So we chose 3 or 10. But if you chose just 3, picking 1 and doing it that day. The other night I met with some women, and one of them works with one of the most powerful women on the planet, and she said, I've been watching these gals that I'm working with, and I thought, they're still figuring life out. They're human. They have struggles. But what's the difference between me and them? Oh, they're just doing it. So that was what that step was about, just doing one thing. That's it. The difference between the people who are doing what we dream of is they're doing it and we're thinking about it, but no longer, because we've propelled it out and we're taking steps. But it's that simple, right? So that the last step of movement was picking 1 and committing to a game plan of doing it. It's like each day taking a step. And I use the analogy of a marathon. If somebody goes, Leigh, you're going to run a marathon, I'll say, hell no, I'm not. That sounds horrific. But if they say, what if you could run 5 steps and then drink water? And then the next day run 5 steps and then drink water. The next day maybe you run 42 steps and then drink water. And the next day you do half a step. By the time you're done with that, you will have run a marathon and you'll cross through the tape. I go, I can do that. So that's what 3-foot tosses are. Allowing it to be simple. Breaking down everything. And if you wrote one of your steps and it seems too big, like I wrote, use Instagram video every day to promote my message. And then I look back at that, I go, hell no, I don't want to do that every day. That sounds like a burden. Then I broke it down to once a week, what felt doable, right? So anyway, then you can even break that down. Topics I'm going to talk about. So each day you already have it all planned out. See how you can take little teeny steps to make something that feels big, not so big. So that was our movement that we took. There was 4 different sections of it. And then we went to obstacle dump, or I'm an obstacle dump truck, which basically means that because we're moving forward, we know obstacles are going to come up. And they're going to come up from people saying shitty things. They're going to come up from our old stories of unworthiness or our limiting beliefs that we're not enough to do whatever the hell we want. So we know they're going to come. Yay, they're going to come. Are they going to derail us? Hell no. They're going to remind us we're on the right path. You see an obstacle, and I say we're going to do it like a dump truck, not like a skilled surgeon. We're going to grab that shit, gritty, dirty, and throw it out of the way. So we're going to be an obstacle dump truck. Anything that arises, we're not going to work through it. We're not going to cry. We're not going to sit down. We're going to get it the hell out of the way because we're moving forward. Not to say you shouldn't revisit it and let it go permanently forever, but right now we're moving shit because we're not stopping. We're moving forward. All right. And then my favorite is gratitude. And I showed this chart, and I come back to gratitude a few times in this program because it's the most powerful thing we have in the moment besides our breath to elevate us. And gratitude is up at the level with abundance, love, and joy. And this is a chart that I showed that I have to put on my readers, even though it's big. So gratitude affects our emotional well-being, our personality, our health, our career, our social, every single realm of our life, and it will bring us more happiness. I love this chart, and on the day I talked about this, I posted where you can find it, and I actually posted it. Gratitude. If you're in a funk, take a pause, look around, see something you're grateful for. All right, I'm pissed off about this, and things aren't going my way. Oh my gosh, that little fruit tree I bought is sprouting a lime. How beautiful is that? I didn't think it was going to actually work. It's sprouting a lime. I'm grateful for that lime. I'm grateful for the butterfly that flutters around here as I'm speaking to you guys. I'm grateful that I have hands with working fingers that I can go palm up or palm down on my legs. Get with the simplest things around you and get in gratitude. That immediately catapults you up in your energy level, which is, if you want something fantastic, is up here. And this part has to meet this part. Gratitude will get you there. It's the gateway to abundance. It's one of the greatest things we can do for ourselves in the moment and daily to change every single realm of our life and to bring in more happiness. I'm grateful for you guys, all right? Take that in my gratitude. Also in gratitude, I said I'm starting to get grateful for the shitty stuff because I know without it, life would be boring, right? If everything was perfect and wonderful all the time, oh, what a dull life it would be. So it takes the darkness to see the light. It takes the knockdowns to stand up and be our greatest selves. So I'm getting in gratitude even of the shitty things. So gosh dang it, if you're in gratitude of the shitty things, you're basically in gratitude to everything. How great is that? And then I think that we are into the key of happiness, of life happiness, is realizing every single thing that's happening is for our learning and growing. Every single thing. And every interaction, there's a powerful learning in it as well. So bring it all on. I love it. All right, here's my quote for today. Reflection kicks ass. I acknowledge the good and I shift the not so good. Reflect today on where you are and what you want, what's working and what's not. And then obstacle remove the stuff that's not. I mean dump truck removal. All right. God, thank you for this time. Thank you for even the moment that I get to focus on gratitude and speak about it, remembering how powerful it is. Let us remove our obstacles, connect deeply, deeply to who we really are, not who our spinning brain thinks we are and says we are, but to our direct connection to you. Sending love and light out to everyone watching and myself. And a special prayer for all who are hurting and ridden with disease today. Amen. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow on day 20. It's been so long since I said it, I've already forgotten. Day 25. I'll see you tomorrow.